The market shoots up towards 39.80, then pulls back as expected. Now the bulls need to hold support to continue this move higher. This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so the market pushed up towards 39.80 as expected, then started its pullback toward the end of the day. So far, the pullback does look corrective, which is good news for the bulls. Now they need to hold support and take out yesterday's high to continue this push toward 4,000. I'll get into that in just one second. But first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP500 and the Nasdaq. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, the market did what we expected today, and we absolutely killed it. We had 4 trades today, 3 winners and a very small loser for a very profitable day. As you can see on the screen, everyone did very well in the room once again. So if you want to know more about that, stay tuned for later in the video. For now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And as you can see, we pulled back here to the 39.20 area, then shot up towards 39.77. We talked about 39.80 yesterday, and we came up just a little bit short of that. Then they started their 4 pullback here, their wave 4 pullback toward the close and in the after hours. And so what we're looking at here is kind of in the weeds a little bit, but it's necessary to understand just for where we're headed here in the next few days into next week possibly. So off of this low, this is wave 2, all right, and we're building wave 3, which we're pushing up towards this 40-50 area, 40-30 to 40-50 area. And so off of this wave 2 low, you have 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and then inside of this wave 3 of 3 here, you have a 5 count. So you have 1, 2, 3 that we topped in today, it looks like, pulling back in 4 of this 3 of 3, and then the 5 of 3 of 3 up towards this 4,007, possibly a little bit higher, even up to the 40-30 region if they decide to extend. And that would be a lot more indicative of this orange count if that happens. So a little bit in the weeds here, but just so you understand where we're at and what 4 I'm talking about, it's the wave 4 of this wave 3 of wave 3, okay? So the support level for this is around the 39.22 region. It could drop as low as 39.05, but that's not really what we want to see, and a break below 39.05 is very bad for the bulls. They do not want to break that 50% mark on the way down. Right now, off the high, okay, if we zoom in just a little here, okay, our action looks a little bit like a triangle, which is very common for a wave 4. You could see a wave 4 triangle and then a breakout. You had a move down that looked like an A wave. You had an ABC down, and then you had a B wave up, and then you would expect a C wave down towards this 39.22 region, but they really haven't been able to follow through on that C wave. It's kind of held this 39.50 area. So they could be doing a wave 4 triangle here with a breakout higher, or it is still possible we get a break lower down towards this 39.22 region and bounce from there. So pretty much what we're looking for here is a break of the high from yesterday to signify that we're headed up towards this 4,000 region, or a pullback into this 39.22 region and then a push higher that breaks this high and heads toward this 4,007 plus region. So that is kind of the setup that we're looking for the bulls to follow through on. Now, in a little bit of the bigger picture here, let's pull it back in. All right, once we do hit that wave 3, we would look for a pullback into this 39.35 area, and they built some good support in here for that. So we would look for a pullback there in the bigger wave 4, okay, and then wave 5 up towards that 40-50, 40-30 area to complete this move up, which would complete either this C wave, okay, of that A bracket here, B bracket here, and C up to complete this A wave. And if that's the case, then we would be looking for a very big pullback from that area towards the 3,800 or high 3,700 region for a wave B, okay, and then we would look for a C wave up towards 4,200 from there. But if it's this orange wave 3 that we're looking at here, we would look for a much shallower pullback, okay, into this 39.80 to 39.50 region, just depending on where this tops. We don't have an exact location for this wave 4 yet. I've just kind of placed it here for now. Then we would look for a pullback in that, and if that happens and then they come back and take out this orange wave 3 high, then we have a leading diagonal structure where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 would be up towards 4,200, okay, 4,200 plus. And in that scenario, it does look like we would have 5 up off the bottom, which is down here. And that could potentially be the low with the bottom in. So that is kind of what we're watching here from a bullish perspective. From the bearish perspective, they want to break 39.05 on the way down. They want this to pull back and break. If they can break 39.05, okay, then it starts to get a little bit messy. It doesn't mean that the bullish count has totally failed, but it does put it in danger, and it does start to make us look like this is a bigger wave 4 higher, and we would be starting a wave 5 down towards around that 3,300 region. So 39.05 is kind of the key level for the bulls to hold. Otherwise, it gets a little bit complicated depending on how all this looks. With this corrective look off the top, this triangle that we have playing, I don't see a direct move lower happening, but anything is possible in the market, and that is what we would look for in that scenario. But again, my primary count is still for higher. So holding 39.22 and pushing higher or breaking out of this triangle and higher is what we're looking for in the bullish perspective. Over on the Nasdaq. Okay, guys, on the Nasdaq is leading this rally. They outperformed the ES very well today, and they almost reached that 12,550 target we've been talking about. They were at 12,517, I believe was the high. And with that and this wave 3, we're still looking for a pullback in 4 and another push higher. So it's possible the Nasdaq could potentially push up towards 12,828 to complete this move up. And if that happens, then we have the same type of look that we would have on the ES, where a deeper pullback that breaks this wave 4 support and pulls back towards this 11,700 area would be a B wave. We would have completed A and had B, and then have C up towards that 14,000 region. But a shallower pullback, okay, that holds up here around this 12,300 to 12,400 region. Again, this support level will be identified once this top is identified, but that holds this wave 4 support and then moves higher and breaks this wave 3 high. If they get that, if they move up, pull back, and then break this high, then again, just like the ES, it does look like a leading diagonal off the bottom, and it could signal that the bottom is in. However, if they do break back below 12,089, that is not a very good sign for the bulls on the Nasdaq. They want to hold that 12,089 area and push higher from there. If they are unable to hold that area, then we could break down lower and possibly take out this low heading towards that 10,600 to 10,500 area. But again, with the move off the top, I don't see a direct move lower happening, at least at this point. So the primary count is still for higher. Guys, if you like the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. Okay, there's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it will take you right over to the website. Once you get over there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with 7-day free trials. And that's because I want you to get in there, become part of our trading community. Make sure you love it. Make sure it's for you before you ever spend a penny. Okay, in our first room, my Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, as well as all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means that our trades can last from a few days to a few months. So we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, recently we have been day trading quite often because of this sloppy structure. It's been much more difficult to swing trade. Anyway, if you are looking for consistent day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. You see these trades where these guys are making 800%, 1,400%, and it's all about how the trade is structured. It's a very unique way to trade, and it's something you really have to see to understand, which is another reason you get that 7-day free trial. He also built a challenge account where he put $4,000 into a small account, trading mini ES futures, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, trading with disciplined trading methods. He shows you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in the rooms so we can make some money together. All right, guys, key takeaways for today. We are still bullish, looking higher here for now. We look for them to hold 39.22 support and push higher off of that, or possibly get this triangle breakout that we're seeing in the consolidation here overnight. If they do break 39.05, then that complicates things. We would have to look potentially lower or potentially as a diagonal to complete this wave C, so it would become much more complicated at that time. We are targeting 4,007 for this wave 3 and possibly even up to as high as 40.51, and then would look for a pullback in there and then another move higher to complete that cycle. Over on the Nasdaq, same type of setup. They've almost reached their high, so we're looking for them to push even higher than we thought. We would look for a pullback that holds 12,263 and or this triangle breakout that they have set up, and then a push higher up to as high as 12,828, but over this high here for sure, that was 12,517, and then a pullback that can either hold this 4 or this B wave or collapse down from there. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.